So every day we've already heard the opinion, the perspective that we have to consider other people's opinions. However, how difficult can that actually be? So I recently discovered in a recent MUN conference. So I was assigned to represent Syria in the Disarmament and International Security Committee. So from that moment, I knew that this would be a unique opportunity. Because after all, Syria has always had ongoing conflict, especially recently. But when I found out that I would have to defend terrorism, I knew that this issue would approach a completely new level. So prior to the conference, I didn't care much about participating. After all, it felt pointless for me to argue in favor of a view that not even I agreed with. When I got there, I just stayed in my chair and I didn't bother participating on the conference. However, when it was time for us to vote, I had to raise my placard and defend what my country would support. So I raised it and realized that it stood alone in the air. Everyone had voted against me. This experience felt somewhat humiliating, but it made me triggered. It triggered my desire to engage in debate. After all, what did I have to lose? I'd already been the only country voting in favor of my motion, so convincing one of the delegation would have already been a success. After the first day, I went to my room and I started researching more about the issue. At first, I had to convince myself not to give up. There's no way I could support a group of people that kill innocent citizens. There's no way I could do it. But curiosity drove me onwards. I wanted to find out why this government supported the view that they supported. And I kept researching, and I came up with a list of ideas that I thought would be interesting to bring to debate the next day. So the next day, I went into the conference, and I started arguing for my country's point of view, defending this controversial point of view and answering very challenging questions about it. The discussions were now lively, and others were taken aback by the sudden change in my actions from one day to the next. The issue generated so much debate that it was chosen amongst the chairs to be taken to the General Assembly to be debated with all 300 delegates of the conference. At first I felt a bit intimidated, but I already went this far, so I thought about giving it another shot and trying to challenge my point of view again. So I took to the podium and argued for my country's contentious point of view and answered far-reaching questions about it. When it was time for me to vote, I again raised my placard, but there were 5 other countries voting with me. We have still lost by a landslide, but challenging my point of view showed me that you don't have to agree with opinions to learn from them. So next time someone presents you with a crazy idea, think about it for a second. Why not try and embrace it? You never know what could happen. Thank you.